cracks over here.
Heyyyooo, Frankie. What else?
Whoa! What up, Slayers?
We are live. We had some technical difficulties because I only know how to hit record and download and upload. So we got those fixed. All I had to do was reboot the computer and connect to the right internets. But we here now. And this is one of these bonus episodes that we like to sprinkle about the Bass and Brews podcast. Welcome to your weekly distraction part 2 or bonus episode of your high quality podcast content that you get from all those other guys. Like our guest here today, we got Mr. Brian the Carpenter, BTC from Bass U, Ike Live, the producer who has never produced apparently, but he's here. How you doing? How you doing, Brian? Or Brain, as our messages got last night. We got into some little dicky brain talk.
Yeah, that was you, homie. But yeah, that one cut deep, man. That one goes back to, I think it was second grade. Walking into, you walk into the classroom for the first time, second grade. You're lost, you stupid little kid, confused. And you look for your name tag sitting on your desk, and my teacher spelled brain. And I'll never forget it, man. I'm like, damn, she's going to teach me? That's why I'm here. It started right there. Now we're here.
Well, mine was an honest fat finger mistake. Not that I had dyslexia like the person that was supposed to be educating you. Frankie, our guest co-host tonight, is Frankie, the head cheese, Provolone, Slave Nation. Woo! What's up, Hoss?
Woo! What up, Slayers? What up, BTC? What up, Paulie Chester Pot? What's good, babies?
Man, this is the first time my name didn't end with some kind of nut or legume.
That's true, dude. Chester
Give
Pot.
it time.
Dude. It's from Goonies.
I hear you. Well, look. So this is a different episode than what most folks are gonna hear. So, what y'all drinking tonight? Let's get right into it. What we drinking tonight?
I'm drinking pink lemonade. Nothing crazy.
What do you got? Let me know when we hit the 2-minute mark so I can call them what I really think.
Oh, well, so we're at 3 minutes and 17 seconds. If you look up into that top left box.
I know.
Hey, Frankie, he called you a pussy.
I know. I gotta pack, guys. I gotta pack some slay shit, and if Slay Ray and I have made mistakes in the past after having a few. North Carolina. How come I got California jerseys? How come Frank? Why do I got? So I gotta pack tonight, folks. I gotta pack.
That's a valid excuse, but it's only a good excuse as if you overpack when those nights happen like that.
That's true. I just have no beer in the house right now. I drank it all last weekend.
Oh. BTC, what you got going on?
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I don't know.
You got a bar behind you.
Who poured it?
Yeah.
Who poured it?
Yeah, I mean, after work, the customer started cracking them. And,
oh shit.
Yeah, and it was like Noah's Ark, 2 of everything, and I don't know what they were, but whatever. Came home, this black Solo cup.
Oh,
so but we'll get into some other stuff later.
That's perfectly fine. That's the least most important part about this podcast, because I drink White Claw Surge, and so that ain't no brew. But
Frankie, I'm sorry for calling you a pussy.
Oh, It's all right,
Look.
dude. You call me a hairy one.
What'd you say? We got 2.5 beards.
Two and a half beards. That's right.
Bearded.
Dude, what channel is this live on? Facebook? What is this on?
Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I ain't getting no Facebook.
I want to comment back, but I can't. It doesn't look like I can.
Look, so this is the problem. This is a problem, man. When you do your stuff, I cannot comment on the StreamYard. That's why when we do your stuff, I'm always on my phone.
Gotcha.
Because I'm having to comment through the phone for whatever reason. I don't know. And every time I comment, this damn stupid thing get posted both. So
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Anyway.
Brian the Carpenter.
Yep, Billy Strings is live, guys.
Yes, it is. It has been for 5 minutes and 53 seconds and counting.
I'm saying Billy Strings is live. I think we need to end this and go watch Billy Strings.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, tough. He should have rescheduled his shit when he heard about ours.
I'm looking for us. Go ahead, buddy.
Where did Brian the Carpenter come from?
What, the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, my superhero name. That was hey, there we are. That was, I don't know, that was part of Mike's friggin' marketing team when we started Ike Live like 8 years ago or whatever it was. They like said I had to have a superhero name. I'm like, that's ridiculous. But it just kind of stuck. So here we are. I mean, I didn't like it at first, it's just not me. It's not my style, but it happened. I'm not flashy like Frankie, you know what I mean? Like, yo, woo! Provolone.
The fuck? I ain't flashy.
Yeah, you are, man. You're the Flavor Flav friggin' bass fish.
That's kind of true.
Just a Connecticut schmuck. It's pretty much it, dude.
No, you ain't, man. You Flav.
That's about it.
You Flav.
So then, what would you like to be called? Brian BTC. Obviously, it ain't the whole name.
I mean, we're still early in the show, so we'll go with Brian the Carpenter.
What did everybody call?
Popped in my head. We ain't gonna get into that right now. So it's too early.
What did everybody call you at the Classic when they came up to you?
Brian the Carpenter.
So that marketing genius for Ike Live nailed it.
Yeah, I'd say. I'd say.
Tell us about your story. What brought you here to where we are right now today?
If I'm gonna be honest, I lucked out to be friends with a superstar, right? I mean, let's be real. I'm just a normal guy, I'm Mike's buddy. We grew up together, and he's I don't care what it. I heard that. Mike was just, I always knew he had something about him. You know what I mean? Like, just even when we were running our hockey teams, like, people were drawn to him. He was a natural born leader. So we always had that. And, I just happened to be Mike's buddy when he decided to do a podcast after being in his career for, 15 years or so. I was like, yeah, I don't know nothing about it, but I'll give it a shot. But that's really, other than that, man, I'm just a regular dude like the rest of us.
I got a question though, Bri, outside of Ike, because I'm sure you deal with a lot of that, right? So, going back, he's in the new documentary series he's got going on YouTube, right? And you guys met when he moved to Remenade or New Jersey.
Yeah,
Remenade. But how did you get into fishing?
Man, Frank,
that's what I was hoping he was going to go into.
That's a great question, man. Because honestly, I can't point to a moment. I feel like I was always in fishing. You know what I mean? And like, the YouTube thing where kids are like, so-and-so got me into fishing. It's freaking awesome. It's amazing. We didn't have it, and we also didn't need it. And that's not a knock on anybody, but I just feel like it was just something that was born in us.
Yep.
Like, as a kid, I couldn't go near water no matter what it was, saltwater, the bay, the docks at the bay with my mom, crabbing, whatever. I had to be crabbing or fishing or something. I had to have a line in the water. I was obsessed with it. It would drive me crazy to be around water without a fishing rod.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just born with
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And so there was no single moment when we grew up. There was a few of us that managed to find each other. That were all had the same. We were all come from the water. Like the last 4 Cocoa Puffs in a bowl of milk. They find each other. Don't believe me, try it. They will find each other and they'll huddle up around the bowl.
Hell yeah!
Y'all remember the Cocoa Puffs box that you could drop the Cocoa Puffs down and they went down the little slide into the bowl? Did y'all ever have those?
I've never seen that. That must be
They
a
had
country.
slide?
That's a country thing.
That must have been a Carolina thing. They must
That's
have.
a country.
Like,
That's a
look,
country Cocoa Puff.
look. Y'all want to sell $2 boxes of cereal for $5 and watch the rednecks be amused for hours on end. Let's put a little thing. You just drop the little pebbles down in there and they roll out. Well, damn.
Man. I'll pay $5 for that.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, so Brian, like I agree with that. I was like that as a kid too. Anytime, like I being young, every time we drove past the lake, I was like, damn, like I would picture the fish, right? Like where I would cast, whatever. But growing up here in the Northeast, like talk about how rare, like dude, it's rare being young, and back in the day, finding another kid that liked fishing. Like it's not a common thing up here. It's just not. So I think, obviously you and your crew, it was meant to be, dude. That shit was meant to be that you guys met.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Frank. I'm just sharing this right now. Yeah, it certainly wasn't as common back then, or didn't seem to be as common back then. I think it's a lot more acceptable and common now. We've kind of talked about this a number of times, on our podcast through the years, but like growing up in the 80s, I mean, it was we were dickheads back then. Everybody was a dickhead back then. My God. What's that show? That Netflix show? Man, I can't think of it. That kind of takes place in the 80s.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Stranger Things nails it. The dickheaded personas, they nail it, man. Everybody's an asshole.
Tommy Tough Nuts, dude. Everybody was a Tommy Tough Nuts.
That's right. That's a good way of saying it, Frank.
Yeah.
But seriously, so we kind of hit it. We're embarrassed of that we fished, and we would kind of keep it low key, sneak the rods, look both ways. We cross the street, grab the rods, run across, hope nobody saw us. I swear, one of the best pranks we got on our buddy Tom was in 11th grade. Our history teacher had this board in the back of the room, just like a cork board or whatever. And all the girls came in and put their prom pictures up on the cork board. And Mike brought in a picture of Tom.
Tommy. I knew there was a Tommy in your crew.
Tom with no shirt on, holding a 12-incher with these big ass polarized. They look like Terminator X glasses.
Yes.
Them big cataract glasses.
Cocoons. Yeah, cocoons.
Oh my God! And he's holding this piss, and we put that on the board. Oh my! It was friggin' amazing, man. But I think it'd be a lot more acceptable now.
So Brian, you talked about some coast. Did you do any inshore coastal fishing, or was it all freshwater? A little bit of both when you were starting and kind of in that time frame?
Mostly freshwater. We're about an hour from the Jersey Shore, and I just really never got dialed in on it. There's a little bit more going on there than I knew about, but it still mostly sucks when you compare it to like Florida. But like,
well, I mean, that ain't a really good comparison, but I get what you're saying.
I mean, like Florida, you go anywhere and it's just
Yeah,
amazing.
that's right.
You know, it's like, hey, over here, over there. You know,
Yeah.
Guess this way, catch a large amount of snook over there, and tarpon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Frank?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I don't saltwater fish.
But,
stripers, porgies, about it.
Stripers. But it was, you know, it was mostly fresh because that's what, you know, was around us. We could ride our bikes to it, you know, even if it was catfishing or carp or eels, you know, in the Delaware River, catching eels. Whatever, you know, just fishing.
And did this all led to, and I know y'all started a bass club there. Did this lead to you doing some competitive local tournaments? Redman, back in the day, it would have been Redman tournaments and stuff like that. Did all that lead into you doing some competitive fishing?
So shortly after high school, Mike, me, and a buddy John, there was three of us. It was probably Mike's idea. Mike or John had the idea that we needed to start a bass club. We found two other guys that we knew bass fish, Dave and Chris Alfonso, and then we fabricated a third guy, just used a high school name because we needed 6 people to be registered with bass as an official club. So Steve Pellegrino, shout out to Steve. We graduated. Steve Pellegrino. He was an official member of Top Rod, even though he never made a meeting or paid his dues, or even knew about it. So yeah, we started a club, and the 5 of us all had Coleman crawdads. That's what our go-to was. It's an 11.5 foot resin boat. You know, it's a plastic boat. Comes with like metal bars, a couple seats. We stripped them out, put front deck, back deck, built in live wells, kicker motor on the back, foot control on the front, little pedestal seat.
Talking our language,
man.
You done got Frankie all hot and heavy now.
Watch out.
That's small boat talk right there. That's boat talk.
We're talking early 90s with that.
Yeah.
Shit,
you hear me,
there.
Tiny Boat Nation?
That's the shit right there.
Hey, so are you podcasting live right now from your bass tracker that you did? You still got that boat? Hell yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Well, I mean, right now it's going to look more like something else. On there, we got pretzels and swim baits.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a good combo.
Hell yeah!
Happy birthday.
Yep.
Got a chicken.
There it is. There's that cock-a-doodle-doo, dudes. What TV show? Cock-a-doodle-doo, dudes. What TV show? That's Screech. Saved by the Bell. You walk it. Cock-a-doodle-doo, dudes.
So is that going to hit some Slay Nation tournaments this year, Brian?
Ooh.
Yes, of course, man.
It is. Jersey is popping off, Bri. You guys got almost 60 members right now.
Holy
How many?
Shit.
Almost 60, bro. Ain't no messing around in Jersey no more.
So here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Growing pains, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Jersey don't have the lakes to hold that.
I don't know. Talk to Joe and Gary. I asked them the same question. I said, guys, do you have enough parking? You're going to have 20, 30 fucking teams. And he's like, yeah, we're good. I'm like, all right.
It'll be an interesting year, man.
All right.
So, you know, obviously I'm not new to this. We started doing it. We started doing it back in the early to mid 90s, and currently this goes into a whole bunch of stuff. But like Jersey's mostly consists of all bass clubs, right? There's a lot of states, and it's interesting. Paul, are there bass clubs in your state?
Oh yeah, tons.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of states, they don't have bass clubs. They just have lakes that have tournament trails. And that's how guys go out fishing. I remember talking to Fider, and asking them, like, hey, you know, did you grow up? This is way back in the early days of doing the podcast. He's like, he never joined a bass club. You know, he didn't grow up that way. Like, it's a natural rite of passage for us here. But a lot of areas, and you do have, yeah, I know you have a lot of clubs in the Carolinas.
So that's interesting though that you bring that up, because like when I got done with football and in college, first thing I did was start to look for a local bass club to join so I could go fish as a non-boater. And then when we moved back to this area in the Raleigh area, first thing I did was start looking for bass clubs to join. And there's a ton of them around here. But we also have, in addition to that, we also have those lake tournaments, the Wildcats and the cats and this other stuff. So there's in this area, there's a bunch of different ways, not even to mention kayaks, is I mostly fish now. But there's so many ways to get on the water to compete fishing in this area. There's a ton to get on. There's a ton of ways.
Faux show, man. Ton of ways. And I think it's all good, man. It's, you know, and what I love about Frankie's deal is how inclusive it is to get guys started, get guys going, you know, including kayak anglers. You know, I know there's a lot of guys that have never fished competitively before that do it. Yeah. I think there's guys that never fished competitively before who are fishing that trail now and are very competitive, which is amazing and speaks to the, you know, the learning curve and how much information is out there now compared to back then. You know, we started our bass club, and our motto was start to be a better bass fisherman today, right? That's what it was. Top Rod. There was the 6 of us. We expanded. We got up into the 20s with membership. But, you know, the theory was, and this is before the internet, before Bill Gates, before whatever, before color TV probably. You know, the theory was we would fish 2 tournaments a month. There'd be an open, which is, you know, everybody in their own boat, and then there'd be a buddy tournament, and then we would have a meeting at the end of the month. And at that meeting, we would all talk about how the event rolled out for us, you know, starting with the guy first, second, third, and then everybody. And by doing that, you would be able to compare your day on the water with what everybody else did to be able to figure out what you learned, what you missed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's cool.
Because you think about it, you fish tournaments, but you don't know how the guys caught them.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what went down. You're just sniffing around. I'm talking about like right now, like, you know, kind of sniffing around. Oh man, how'd you catch them? What'd you hear? Blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
But like our idea back then was like, we're going to share info to make each other better. And really what it turned out to be is just, you know, we were all there just to make Mike a pro. We didn't know it at the time. That's what it was about. We were just there to fund his learning curve and teach him. But
but you think about all the people that get into that tournament side of fishing and the local tournaments with the idea that they're going to be, you know, fishing in the elites, the Bassmaster Classic, stuff like that. I mean, the percentage of that is probably on par with the percentage of college players that go play in the NFL, which is less than 1%. And bass fishing, bass fishing probably is less than that. If you take all the trails and all the you know, the BFLs and stuff that folks fish to go to do that, I mean, that's a lot. But you also don't see that type of sharing nowadays in the bass fishing world from the local tournament standpoints. And I've been kind of out of that scene. It might be different, but there wasn't a lot of sharing going on. Look, this is Bass and Brews. Dogs are more than welcome to hop on.
There he is.
Nice.
That's the Spaz dog.
Oh, is that the old Weimaraner?
Yeah, it's a Weimaraner.
Yeah. Too smart for their own good.
Yeah, like 14, 15 months. I don't know. Yeah, and I mean that's the natural progression of it. When you put competition and money on the line, and we experienced it. You know what I mean? Like after getting your tail kicked by Mike, after how many weeks, it's like, all right, you know what? Guess what, buddy? You're not allowed to fish it the week before the event. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can't be out there pre-fishing while I'm working at, at the freaking factory over there packing boxes, and he's out there pre-fishing. So, and then guys start hiding it, hiding information and covering their baits up, and it's just a natural progression of it. Whenever you put money on the line, it's competition involved. It's, it gets like that. Our club started out with those intentions. We made each other better for sure a lot, but when you put money in there.
Yeah.
Hey, you kayak people, all you kayak people, are you listening to this man who has come up from this for the last 30 years? All this, the kayak world loves about how it's so tight knit and everybody is so nice and so helpful.
For a little bit longer.
You start fishing for $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 purses. We'll see how nice and inclusive and helpful. Hey, what's up? Oh shit! That damn. He just walked by a damn poster. I thought it was his son.
Yeah, Talk is his son right there.
I'm sorry. This dog's gonna drive me freaking up a wall.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, you start having some $75,000 purses on fishing tournaments in the kayak world. Things gonna change, and if you don't believe that, you I don't even know what the hell to say. Things gonna change.
Yeah, it always does. It all depends on the person too, like the angler. Like, you see it, doesn't matter. It could be small boat, kayak, big boat, like, and I think more nowadays, everybody thinks they're, Bobby Big Dick Lane nowadays. And they, like you be trying to win $50, $50 and you think, I'm not showing my shit. Like you see it all the time. It's like, bro, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Give me a break. Like, I see it sometimes at my own tournaments. Then I call them out at weigh-in. But yeah, what the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. John King said that Brian's the worst carpenter he ever seen. He lays quarter round worse than a stabbed contractor.
Is that your point? Nice.
That's the guy that does them stupid wooden fish.
He's banging. Oh, those wooden fish are dope, dude.
I know. Look, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous I don't have one. But yeah, thanks, John. Yeah. Appreciate you.
So, all right. So you redid the bass tracker and do the small boat.
Yeah, Mr. House.
Where are you in your fishing journey right now? Are you just, fish where you want to fish and how you want to fish? Do you even have time to fish anymore? Because you have a lot of shit going on.
I got a lot of shit going on. I think everybody's got a lot of shit going on right now. And if you don't, well, you're a loser or you got it figured out. There's there's no in between. But hey, happy birthday, Joey Randall. But yeah, man, where my head's at, dude, I just want to go fish where I want to fish. I'd like to, I think every time I went fishing last year was a tournament. That got a little bit hectic because I never got to get out beforehand and practice and relax and pre-fish. It was just like, it was just so helter-skelter. I've been on a tear and, man, it's crazy right now. I don't know about you guys, what you do, but my God, there's just a lot going on. Work-wise, there's a ton. So,
yeah.
And because you own your own business, right? Yeah.
And that's a lot of work, trying to balance that and still get out. There's a tournament this Sunday. You saw what the boat looked like, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
That ain't going out Sunday.
Bet me, bro. I might be here until 5 a.m. on Saturday morning, but I think I'm going to go for it. And it's a lot, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Pedal to the metal all the way to the scene of the crash, Frankie. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, baby. So here's I got a question because dude, you're integrated, heavily integrated in the fishing industry now with what you do. And you get to experience some really cool shit. You know a lot of, top-notch people in the game. How was the Bassmaster Classic, bro?
2022 Bassmaster Classic in Greenville was freaking awesome.
Nice. That's what it seemed like.
Top notch, man. One of the best ones I've been to. Even without the MLF anglers, which I was very sad to see they weren't there. There's a lot of guys that fish over there that I like to catch up with.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I don't know. Maybe I overvalue them, but I feel like the fans would like to see them. And
yeah, so they weren't at the exhibitor. They weren't at the exhibition.
They were fishing their own event somewhere else.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They accidentally scheduled an event over top of the Classic.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Dang it.
Didn't some of them ended up showing up though, didn't they?
Yeah, some of them might have had to show up or you're fired. I don't know. Maybe.
No.
Maybe I heard that. Maybe I didn't.
Hey, talk about the boat that y'all had at the booth, at the Bass U booth. Yeah,
so we had, and 2 years ago at Gunnersville, we brought my PF16, my tracker PF16 down for the booth. It had just been redone. It was freaking mint. It's still mint, but there's a lot of chocolate on that mint. Pretty dirty. But it showed off in the booth awesomely. We interviewed off of it, and it was a real attraction piece. And looking to kind of follow up on that, I had a lead on this boat that was the original 1971 Bassmaster Classic #1 boat.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the guy that had it, and I knew about it the year before, but we weren't able to get it out to Texas. I hit him up. Bassmaster was talking to him, but they, I don't know, dropped the ball or whatever they do. But the opportunity was there, and we had that boat in our booth with the guy that found the boat on the side of the road, bought it, refurbished it.
Holy
freaking
shit!
Awesome boat, man.
That's awesome.
It was made by Rebel, and it's just, oh my God, such a cool boat. Not much bigger than my PF16 tracker, honestly. About the same width. Super cool boat. A lot of history there, man.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got to see it. That was neat to be able to see that, and I didn't know that until Brian, when I'd met Brian there, and he told me what it was, and that was pretty cool.
That shotgun start in that Bassmaster Classic was freaking crazy. Crazy. Fucking dangerous, actually. But damn.
Well, I mean, it was back then. They weren't running.
They didn't give a shit.
Like 75, probably half of them had tiller steers. Hey, speaking of the Classic, I want to show y'all. So I got to go down to the Classic.
Paul.
Yeah.
It's me talking to me and Frankie. It's you guys. Carry on.
I sent y'all a text with that shit in it yesterday.
Sorry.
All right, you guys. I want to show y'all something from the Classic. I went down my son. You guys. Oh my God, this is really hard. This is difficult.
Hey, where's your beer at? Where's your beer?
It's my White Claw Surge 8. It's got 8 alcohols in it. It's right here.
Every time you say that stupid contraction, y'all.
Oh Lord. Well, good thing I have a couple more. All right.
Okay.
Took my son down to Bassmaster Classic. First time I've ever been, believe it or not. But we go and having talked to Brian and got my Bass U subscription, all that good stuff. Yep, look, wear mine tonight. I want to take my son there, and I wanted to get Brian's autograph. But when the first time I came by, he was super busy, and I worked trade shows before I know how it is. So we left. We came back later. Brian was gone, but I wanted to get Pete's signature too. So I, in my infinite country wisdom, say I'm bringing a paint pen, right? A paint pen. I'm going to give it to Pete, and my son gives it to Pete. First of all, I'm like, hey, go grab you a hat, and I tell your guys working, I'm going to buy this hat. They're like, oh, these, y'all aren't selling them. I'm like, oh, shit. Anyway, I made a donation to the Ike Foundation for this hat because I didn't know that's what it was. Anyway, so my son goes to Pete, says, can I get your signature? And Pete's like, yeah. And he goes to sign it. This is probably the greatest signature I have ever seen in my entire life. I had the greatest.
Way to go, Pete.
The Professor Glusick signature ever right now. That's it.
That's beautiful, man.
Look at that.
How did that come about? I don't understand it.
Is that Pete's thumbprint? What is that?
No, I just told you. I gave him a paint pen because I thought it would write on the hat well. Well, the paint pen wouldn't write. So with these paint pens, it's got the little, you press it in to get the paint to come out. So he starts pressing and it goes, it blots. And then he tries to sign it off to the side. So anyway, he wanted to give us another hat. I'm like, hell no, man. This is the greatest Pete signature ever.
That is one of one premature Pete. Pre-ejaculation Pete hat.
He took that behind the rebel boat. It was one. I knew it. I knew that gigantic black Senko did something to him that day. I knew it. I could tell by the smile on that face. There's the evidence.
Pete stained it right up.
Premature Pete.
Oh, lunch money in the house.
That's my story. But it was good meeting you guys there. Lord have mercy. If I come up in here in this podcast next week talking about used guys, I quit.
Used guys?
Listen, just say anything but y'all, all right?
Oh,
I get it. Y'all. Fucking over it. Frankie, I'm sorry. I know you're in on the y'all.
I know. You busted my chops about it last week. Yeah, so what was favorite part of the class? I mean, so Paul, that we were talking about the classic and all that stuff. Whatchamacallit? Based off people like, dude, like not for nothing. Everybody was at the friggin' classic. I was so damn jealous. I had a few texts. Oh, you coming down? I'm like, no, I ain't going down. I got basketball on the weekends. And it seemed like one of the most fun classics. Based off everything I've seen, everybody had a great time, man. So Brian, what was your favorite part of the classic?
Me or Paul?
You.
Me?
Both of you. Actually, Paul, have you been to a classic before?
Oh my God. Did you not just listen to the 8-minute diatribe I just gave about being at the classic?
Sometimes I black out, bro. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't paying attention.
I will tell you, I don't like a lot of crowds. I will tell you my favorite part was seeing folks that have been on the podcast or folks that I've interacted with on social media. Getting to meet them in person was a big part of that.
Yeah.
Ryan's was on here earlier. Got to meet him in person. Bailey and Catmandrew from Serious Angling. A bunch of guys that I've connected with over the last year. That was really cool to be able to see. And Brian, being able to go there and do that. It's neat to see all the stuff there, but to get to meet some of the folks in person, and you'll hear that on every podcast and every YouTube video that people make was meeting But it says a lot that for the last 2 years it hadn't been the same, and there's a big disconnect that was finally linked together at this one. That was good for me, and my son.
Yeah.
And my son really got excited. Like when he got to paint that lure at the Ike Foundation table, he says, we went fishing Sunday. We got back Saturday afternoon, went fishing Sunday. And he's like, I want to fish my lure. Well, the wind was blowing like 20 miles an hour in the kayak. So what happened? Like I didn't want to get hooked with that beautiful lure he painted in the face. But that's he really got into he really enjoyed it and saw it and then liked it. So those were my two.
That's a great idea on the Ike Foundation, right? My daughter I have a bunch of blanks and she loves painting them and all epoxy clear coat them, and she wants to go rip them on the local pond. It's anybody listening, if you're like a parent, you want to get your kiddos or niece or nephew into fishing. I recently just poured my own mold, just get some Sculpey clay, let the kids make whatever they want, sandpaper it, right? Show them how to make a little box, get some Alumilite, get a silicone mold going, then get some old plastics, cut it up, put it in the microwave. What a great way to get kids, right? One, it's hands-on, right? So it's fun. It's like an art project. But two, they'll be like, oh, you want to go try it now so you can catch a fish? Yeah, let's go, right? Just a great idea to get kids into, whether they catch something or not, they're going to always be excited to get their hands on a project like that. So that's a great idea.
So Brian, how about you? Your turn to answer the question about your favorite part about the Classic.
I just had
this year's Classic.
Yeah, this year's Classic.
Yeah. Frankie had asked that earlier.
Oh, I had a question here. So this goes to both of y'all. Sorry,
you guys.
Because
Frank.
You guys, Frankie, take a drink. Drink your lemonade.
I said y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. So I didn't realize it. Like, do you find yourself calling people by their Instagram names? Like when you see someone, you're like, "Yo, what up, Big Bass Raider? What's good, baby?" Like, you ever catch yourself doing that shit?
Dude, I'm too old for this shit. I don't know nobody's nothing, man. I'm like, hey, you look familiar.
I believe that.
Like,
I believe that. I didn't even know this was tonight,
man.
I'm just saying. I know damn well people saw each other at the class. Like, yo, what up, Snooky Bass Fishing? What's going on? Nice to meet you. That just made me laugh because I do it when I see people somewhere. I'm like, oh, what up? What up, E Trout 95? What's good? You fishing? You fishing this year? Like,
but Brian probably has. I know he has 100 times more people and probably 10 times more people than you, Frankie.
Well, that's true.
Up in his shit all the time. I mean, he produces the top bass fishing podcast in the land.
I mean, hey, take it easy. I'm not here for all that. But it's nothing that I've done, dude. Like I said, it's my buddies. It's their careers, Ike and Pete, and they take me in on the ride. It's a lot. Everybody comes up. People come up, and sometimes I'm like, shit, who the hell was that? A lot.
But that's a dumbass country guy from South Carolina. Frankie introduced me to for some reason.
But at the same time, man, it's really cool. It's really, really, really cool to meet these people, and and they're happy to see me, and I'm happy to see them, and like this dumb shit that we do, the dumb beer, alcohol, tin cup, whiskey infused nonsense that we spew, like entertains them a little bit. That's pretty cool.
There's not many podcasts that are as entertaining as the third segment of Ike Live.
And when you have Dave on, because that guy is that dude is funny as hell, bro. I don't care. I would love to sit down with you guys.
I swear, like seriously, you guys don't understand how much work it is to get Dave there every show. Like he should be there every show. He should have his own show.
He's one of those personalities, dude. He's just whenever he's Dave on the show. I'm always excited to watch, but when he's on, I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna say something that's gonna get everybody pissed in the pants.
Frankie, same here, man. I feel the same way. Mike feels the same way. Like, it's a whole different show. Dave's awesome. He's very dynamic and don't really quite know how to explain him. He's pretty much inexplicable. He's got a really quick wit, man.
Oh,
He was a Camden City cop and a corrections officer, and I mean, he could roll with the inmates. You know what I mean? Bang, shot for shot, and busting balls with them, and you can hang with them, get their respect. Like, we don't stand a chance with that.
True that.
Dave's awesome, man. We've known him forever, man. He goes back. I actually knew Dave before Mike.
Yep.
Met Mike in 6th grade, Dave in 5th grade, and he was one of the original Top Rod members. We had to find him by the time we got into high school, starting the club, Dave's got a quick wit, man. He's a killer.
Yeah, a good dude. He seems like a good dude.
He is,
nice.
Man. I don't know why he himself. He's a shut-in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that talent and wit, and he locks himself in, sets himself in the house, and.
But y'all bring it out. What you're saying is when he's there, y'all bring it out.
Dude, I'm like, I mean, before the show even starts, he's got us all crying. I swear to God. And I'm like, dude, save it. Shut up.
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
right.
God, stop. Stop. Everybody stop. Shut up.
You gotta start
listening to you.
You gotta start recording a little before and say like the lost footage, right? The lost footage, and put out a new episode.
I can't go live with some of that, but
that's true.
Well, true. Bass and Brews, you can go live with anything as long as we ain't getting naked on the camera. We good. Hey, real quick, Ramon Outdoors, Brian, wants to know what the best pizza in Jersey is.
Best pizza in Jersey? I mean, that's, I gotta say this, man. What? Fuck that Barstool guy. Seriously.
You went to one of your spots, huh?
Shit. It's so stupid, man. Oh, those rules. Fuck you. He just annoys the hell out of me, man. What the hell does he know about pizza?
Did he give your Domino's a low score? What happened, dude?
He said your Domino's.
Frankie. Domino, bro. This year at the Classic, we had everybody got together, the Bass U crew. We were rolling, I think 10 or 11 people deep. Got together at Pete's Airbnb the night before, Thursday night, after we had the booth set up, everything was ready to go. And it's like one of them morale, like, let's go, sales speeches and hype everybody up. And that mother effer fucking packed the house with Domino's, man. I mean, come on, dude. We're from Jersey. We're going to make us eat Domino's? I was pretty disgusted with them. We still managed to set records for subscriptions at this Classic.
Oh, damn. Let's go. Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, this classic ripped, dude. It was a banger. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Despite eating his freaking Domino's pizza. But who's got the best in Jersey? I don't know, man. There's some pretty ridiculous pizza here in town.
Yeah, the best Ramon, the best pizza in New Jersey's in Connecticut, bro. So
that's
come to
right.
Connecticut. I'll show you a few places, dog.
I wasn't gonna put this up here because I don't know shit about y'all's pizza wars up there.
You guys,
but here, you guys, god dang it.
It's true.
I don't know anything about you guys. Pizza wars up there, but Willie Rogers with the D put this up there, and I guess it was just confirmed.
Wild Bill knows. Connecticut. I got 7 or 8 spots. You'll have the best pizza of your life, no doubt. And that's probably why Pete got Domino's, because there ain't no good pizza down in South Carolina. Come on,
easy now. There's
I'll tell you something.
What's down there?
There's got to be better pizza than fucking Domino's.
Stuffed crust, bro. Doesn't Domino's make the stuffed crust? Come on.
He didn't even try.
Hey, what's the
That's
first
Pete for you. Look
pizza
at his
place
autograph.
that probably shows up in the phone book? Domino's.
That's true.
Down
That's
here.
Lazy. Shit was lazy,
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah.
So
Or he was trying to cut corners and got a deal.
That's right. He was. Pete looks like a tight ass. He reminds me of someone else I know. He looks like someone who wants to save some money. So all right, you're a busy dude, and we talked about that. You're producing Ike Live, and then so at what point was like the Bass University, like was that like introduced to you, presented like, hey, you want to do it for Bass U too?
That's a great question, Frankie. I mean, we had the studio, and we were doing it, and Bass U had already been kind of had already been an established business, so it was just kind of a natural progression. I don't know. We were 3 years into doing Ike Live stuff, maybe something like that. So just kind of became a thing. Initially, Bass U is a subscription-based service, and initially we were using the podcast to add value to the existing subscribers.
Yeah.
And then it became, all right, well, let's put it out there to public and try to show people, the non-believers, the heathens out there that don't believe, don't understand, don't know what Bass U is about, don't understand that this is where the absolute, undoubtable best bass fishing knowledge library. There's nothing that rivals it. Nothing even comes close than the Bass University. There's 1,000 seminars on there, 45-minute to an hour-long seminars, 1,000 of them from the best tournament-proven anglers on the planet. Not some dickhead on YouTube that just happens to be born on a fucking pond that's got them. No.
Yeah.
Tournament-proven, the best.
Yeah.
It's not a debate. It's not a debate. Anybody can catch them in a farm pond on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And become a YouTube hero.
Yeah.
I sound like an asshole right now. It's because I am. I'm from Jersey. It is what it is.
That's right.
But I mean, the truth's the truth. So.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree with that.
On both parts.
Both parts, asshole and what Bass U is. Drink to that.
So, the biggest, the majority of our guests on this show are content creators.
Assholes on a farm pond on Wednesday.
Well, maybe some of them might be like Wild Bill, like William Rogers in the chat. That's who he is. Or Cody Lockwood, he fishes all private, stock, manicured ponds, stuff like that. Anyway, in general, though, but you are one of these, you're a content creator for what you do because you're producing the shit that's getting put out. And so even though you have that live aspect in your own the Ike Live, and you talk and you interact, you're back there making all the shit happen. How is that like with a show like that? Because we're not talking about no Bass and Brews with my ass sitting back here hitting record and then 3 days later hitting post. Like, you're back there having to deal with shit, and you're also having to deal with professional anglers and people on a schedule. What's it like producing a show like that?
Well, I mean, dealing with anglers, they're not, most of them are not like the most tech savvy guys. They're not really on their phone a lot. And I get that, you know what I mean? They live in a different world.
Who just shit their pants?
Yeah, you heard that?
Frankie just fart.
Nah, it's just, I got an old oak door here. It just creaks sometimes. That birch wood.
I wish I could rewind this shit. Oh, hold on. I got to make a note. 54 minutes and like 25 seconds.
It's an old, the wood, it's cold out. The wood's still settling, Bri. You know how it is from Home Depot. This wood is a little splintered.
Well, listen, I didn't hear that, and Ramon Outdoors. Please don't take offense, dude. I didn't mean anything by it.
No, Ramon ain't taking no offenses. I know Ramon. He's good.
Yeah.
Don't apologize on Bass and Brews. When you say like tits and clits, we mean it. We mean it.
I mean, dude, listen. I grew up fishing with Ike. I grew up fishing against Ike. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I have it's no judgment, but I don't feel like I should be teaching guys how to catch them. Some guys go out and they, it's just a different mindset, man. I look at it and I see guys that really freaking know some shit. They're the ones who should be teaching, in my opinion. They're the ones that are tournament vetted. They're the ones that are, they're the best. There's a lot of good information that comes off of YouTube. A lot that guys, it's important. It's important to get people going for real. And sometimes it sounds like I'm coming off hard on that, but it is important. It's important. There's a learning curve, but when you get to the next level, there's one place to go. But in the beginning, and there's a lot of entertainment to be had on YouTube for sure. So
as a producer, what is your most memorable, most funny, and you might not have just one since you've been doing this for like 9 years now, but what's one of the funniest, most memorable things that you've had happen doing the producing that just sticks with you, that maybe you're riding down the road in the car and you just start fucking laughing out loud because this shit popped in your head?
We had Cliff Crochet and Mauricio Shimizu in studio, sitting next to each other on the couch.
Mama said.
Had them read movie quotes. And we did shit. What's the name of that movie with the sports agent?
Tom Cruise. Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire.
And we had him read a whole scene just so Mauricio could end it with, "You had me at Heyyyooo."
So messed up. That's so messed up.
Oh, just to get to that point. That was definitely one. Let me just go into that, man. Like, getting to meet Mauricio, he's one of them guys, dude. I think he's had a TV show in Japan for over 20 years.
No doubt.
Yeah, he left a freaking aura of positive energy on me, of all people, of all negative assholes, for like days afterwards. He's an incredible person, man. Like, seriously, like, he just has that it factor. And that's been one of the coolest parts about doing this. It's a side job, not nearly, what pays the bills for me. But to get to meet some of these guys, some of them are kind of boring, but a lot are way more interesting than
That's right.
Yeah.
And Mauricio was definitely one of them.
Yeah, and I
very,
think
very, very, very cool guy, and
he seems cool, and he won a classic. I knew it, and he was throwing that crankbait like,
bro.
Or talk. Oh,
Yeah.
Mauricio. Yeah. Sorry,
you racist piece of shit.
No,
that's Takahiro, not Mauricio. They all look the same.
Like I told you, sometimes I black out, guys. I'm not even kidding.
Get it together.
Hey,
Frank.
I'll tell you one of my favorite moments is what's been referenced here a lot lately is the Jimmy Houston episode where you didn't take him off. And now every time it happens, they're like, "Why did you not take him off?" And you're like, "Well, why would I take him off when we get podcast gold with them doing some shit in the background? Why would I delete that?"
honestly, like some of the best stuff has been by accident, by me not knowing what the hell I'm doing. I mean,
after 9
this-
years.
Which makes it meant to be, though. Which makes it meant to be.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, for the first like 3-4 years, the best part of the show was them guys just ripping on me for sucking. You know, for being terrible at it.
That's
still
what
pretty
boys
bad.
are for.
Well, that's
you know, Frank. You know,
I do.
that's
know.
also how
I
y'all
suck.
take that podcast, and when you have
you guys.
damn it, fuck! I'm going to be shotgunning this bitch here in a minute. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Hurry up, because I got a question.
That's also why you guys can take somebody that maybe isn't good at talking and interesting and dynamic, but the way that y'all have it all set up, y'all can fill that void. And y'all do that very well. Damn it.
3, bro. And that, listen to me. It's not just the word, but it's the bullshit you just did right there. 3 freaking times I had to hear you say the same word. Get in there. I want to see another one.
Use guys.
Drink up.
Follow me.
Call me y'all.
Sorry, guys.
3 times in a row.
You know what? I'm gonna go to the Western North Carolina word for y'all. I ain't drinking because I'm giving an example, and I'm gonna start using yins. Yins do a good job. Yins do a good job with boring people on your podcast.
We do. All right. Well, thank you. That's nothing to do with me.
Well, I don't know. You control the audio, so you pretty much control what everybody else in there does. I mean, you're in charge.
Listen, I got like an Ellie there, dude. He can bullshit his way into heaven probably if he needs to.
And Frankie, I cut you off earlier. What did you have to say?
No, I wanted to nice. I wanted to talk about producing, like, you know, I had 2 questions. One, who has been the toughest guest to get? The toughest, like, I guess, hardest to get in contact with or keep blowing you off. I don't know. You don't have to get into, you know, if you want to say you can.
What do you mean you don't have to get
Look,
those?
there's only 10 to 20 people that are going to listen to this. So you can say all the names you want. Most of these people are kayak and bank anglers. They probably have no idea who you're talking about.
That's true.
I'm just kidding. I love our listeners. They're awesome. But say names. That's all I'm saying.
So that's my first question. Toughest person to get on the show.
All right. Well, Skeet was always tough, but it did manage to get Skeet. He's, he lives in Skeet world, so sometimes it's tough to get into Skeet world.
Oh, Skeet.
Scott, Skeet.
That said, he jumped on about a year ago when we had Byron Velvick on.
Oh, that was a great episode.
I can't take any credit for anything, dude. That's all them guys and their life. And we just happen to be lucky enough to put them together at the same time and have them going back and forth. It was freaking amazing. Like, that was honestly, awesome. That was the golden age of bass fishing.
Yep.
The shit that they did, it'll never be like that again.
Absolutely.
That was phenomenal. So Skeet was tough. Who am I trying to think of? Fishburne. Tried to get him for a while.
Yeah.
But he won't respond. And I know he got the messages too. So
yeah.
What up, Fish?
Yeah. What up, Fish? Come on.
Hey, I'll reach out to him tomorrow and see what I can work up.
You do that. Let me know. Ish is brutal. I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
I would just go another direction completely and entirely. Just don't even think about it. Just don't bother. It's not worth it. Yeah, I think I should have enough people. Go ahead. What do you?
Okay. All right. Yeah. So and tough. I just meant like getting in contact with and all that, whatever.
I think he answered it perfectly. Frankie.
Perfect.
Yeah, you answered the question good enough that he answered it perfectly.
Yes, and then my second question would be, because I like getting into the sauce. I like the sauce. Who? I guess I shouldn't ask this question. Whatever.
No, it's
Go ahead.
Bass and Brews. Now you have to answer it.
I like
You
these
have to
questions.
ask
I like these questions. Now, here's why I like to ask these questions: is one for like the regular everyday angler that's watching all these pros, never met them, don't know. We just see one side of things, and then talking to somebody who may have met them or probably has, who's like, is there one angler that most people complain about in the pro level?
What he's asking is who's the biggest asshole?
Well, I guess.
Well, maybe you can answer both. Answer
I
his
guess
question.
they don't have to be
then
an
answer
asshole, but
mine.
they could just be tough. Like, I guess they could just be a tough person to deal with. But
I think I already said the name.
okay, all right, makes
In my
sense.
opinion.
I think I know.
My opinion.
If I had to guess out of those 3 or 4,
But it's not everybody's opinion. So
yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
Well,
What else? Keep it
I'm
going.
assuming there's some clicks in there that certain people gravitate to the groups, and so
Ooh.
there's that aspect of it.
I got a good question. You're an MMA fan, right?
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Let's go. If there were whatever, who cares what weight class it is? There were 2 professional anglers to duke it out in the octagon. Who would you want to see?
Who would I want to see duke it out in the octagon?
Yeah, like I'm talking. Yeah, who would you want to see? Like, think about beefs in the past, current, whatever that you think would be fun to watch in the octagon and go at it. And it doesn't matter weight class. It doesn't matter weight class.
Yeah, just
One
has a handicap. We'll
It
handicap.
could be a 300 pounder versus the 150. Who cares? But just 2 dudes.
All right, Ish Monroe and Poche. That one.
Oh
started
yeah.
In the locks in Florida.
Yep.
I think they both ended up in the water. We never had resolution on that. Early in Ike Live, that shit happened, and we booked both of those guys on that show. We had a huge audience that night live, and I think we even I don't remember anymore because I'm fucking shot. I think we even had co-anglers or other witnesses on, and then
shit.
Poche came on and told his side, and then Ish came on, and right before the show aired, Ish told us that he wasn't going to talk about it. So all the hype, all the build-up, all the people viewing, everybody talked about it. Everybody gave their side, and Ish came on and talked about a new freaking topwater bait or something he's got coming out. And we were so green and so new at it, we really didn't have. And plus, it's Mike's and Becky are both good friends with Ish.
Yeah.
But we just didn't have the ability to handle it better. I would have handled it different at this point. So it's kind of embarrassing. But to see that happen, Dave Mullins and Jacob Wheeler, I've heard have had some on the water sets.
Yeah.
Mind seeing that. I don't know. What do you got?
Well, so on that though, are bass anglers like NASCAR drivers where they just want to go scream at each other and then they start pushing and open hand slapping? Or are bass anglers, if they really got into it, are they throwing down?
I don't think anybody really fights anymore, man.
Yeah.
It's very few. I think the Canadians fight because they're from Canada.
Yeah. I wouldn't mess with them. The Johnston brothers, I wouldn't mess with them.
But I think that's
oh, maybe
there might have been an incident at the Classic we're not talking about right now, but but I don't think anybody really fights anymore. There's a good and a bad to that.
Yes.
It's not all good. Sometimes you just need to get punched in the face to like, oh, okay, yeah.
To learn a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I learned some of my best lessons that way.
And in this day and age too, that is great content for the people.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Well, that's
Sometimes
true.
that
That's
shit
true.
has to get out there.
Yeah. Well, hey, way to take it down a dark hole, Frankie.
I just listen. I always I like to find out about this shit. I like hearing these stories. I like stories. I like story. I don't like. Listen, I'm a positive guy, right? I love all that stuff. But I always, when you see these things happen, you only see what you see in one avenue, right? You see one lane. You don't hear the full story. Especially from guys like us, we just see whatever's on Bassmaster.com or whatever gets leaked on whatever. But I've always wondered because we see all the beef sometimes, then that's it. Then that's it. And you're like, that wasn't a beef. What was that? So I love getting into some of the sauciness. I like hearing these things.
Hey, what?
Who's Debbie?
Yeah, I don't know. Brian, what are you drinking? Because you've been pouring it. What are you drinking?
Founders, bro. What is that?
He's got a kegerator. He's got a kegerator. Look, you don't have to say your sponsors here because ain't none of them.
Take it easy, Paul. You asked me the question here, all right?
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. See, that's what a good producer does. He puts everybody else in their place, especially people like me.
That's right.
Dogfish Head Hazy OF.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know. It's what was available. I said the kegerator thing's pretty new to me. So it's pretty freaking phenomenal.
Hell yeah, it is. With the lava lamp. All right, now we're talking.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, dude. This guy.
See that right there, dude? That was in my mom. That came from my mom's house.
Dope.
We're selling the house now. She's finally selling mom's house, but as I was cleaning out, I saw that lamp. I grew up with that thing, and
dope.
like, I got a spot for that.
All right, good segue. You just brought it up. You have a legendary garage. Legendary.
We're working on it.
Tell us about the garage mahal. Is that the word they call it, or tell us about this garage? Like what is? I want to know.
All right, so I bought this house when I was 24 years old as my first fix and flip, in and out in 9 months. I'm going to try not to make this a long story.
This past Brews, we have hours.
Fast forward like 150 years later, and I'm still here. So clearly it wasn't my first fix and flip, and I wasn't getting out in 9 months. We're still here. Met this chick, knocked her up, kids everywhere. Everything changed. No, she's awesome, man. And I'm stuck here. So
hey, we didn't even ask. We didn't even ask.
It sounds like she lets you fish.
Huh? She listening? No. But this garage, dude, was full of freaking construction stuff. Piece of drywall, some duct work, some flooring. Just shit, man. Packed with shit for 20-something freaking years. And then COVID, 2020 hit. and the government said, stay home, don't do nothing. I was like, well, shit, I can't not do anything. So I took my garage and I was like, a week and a half, and I was like, got a dumpster, threw everything out, knocked the wall out. And I was, wow, look at the wood on this wall, threw some polyurethane on it, turned it into a bar, backed the boat into it, threw my fishing shit over there, a refrigerator over here, and here we are, man. And now I don't want to go anywhere else. I'm home. Honey, don't worry about it. I'm right here.
Well, so here's the funny story, too. I was in the construction world. I'm not an accomplished carpenter by any means. I can hang mud, finish drywall, paint. I can't. You want something that takes centimeters, like cabinets and shit like that. I ain't doing that. But I can hang trim. Centimeters? Yeah. I can hang trim, I can frame, I can do all that stuff, and they've done it. And yes, when I had my shop before we moved here, an 8-piece foot of trim that was brand new that was going to get thrown out, I brought that shit home. You know why? Because maybe I was going to be able to save 3 cents on a job by putting that shit up somewhere, and before you know it, 3 years later, I'm throwing that shit in a dumpster, and it's just sat in the corner.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my garage was.
And now it's a fishing mecca.
Well, I mean, it's a brain cell popping mecca.
Yeah.
With some fishing shit on the wall.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty much a time machine, man. You know,
But that's what I'm saying. You've got a lot of fishing history in there, right? That you've collected and maintained and have in there. That a lot of people don't have that fishing history with them still, and not the amount that you do.
There's a bit in here, man. You know, I mean, nothing like the old Ike Live studio. To be honest, as much as I hated that old room, it was so much better than where we're at. It was just the equipment that sucked and me at using it. God, that room, man. Jeez, the people that we had come through there, and man, it was. And again, man, don't take this the wrong way, because fishing's late. You know, we're late on everything. We're fishermen. We're late to everything. You know, there's shit people are doing right now that we're going to be doing in 10 years. And that was with the podcast. You know, Mark Jeffries was the first one out there doing it.
Shout out to Mark Jeffries. Shout out.
Yeah, Mark Jeffries and Bass Talk Live with Matt Pangrack.
Yep.
They were out there doing it. There was another one that Kurt Dove was doing, is doing. I can't think of the name of it at the moment. But Mark's the one who put the bug in Mike's ear to do a podcast. And it's funny, man, because we don't do many like live shows anymore, and we do a lot of Bass University shows. And Bass U was so legit, but so many people recognize me from Mike Live and come up and say something to me because of Mike Live. So many more people, like way more people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We had our, you know, I feel like we had our time and we did some shit, and, you know, having on, you know, people from FLW, Bass, Boyd Ducker from MLF, all on the same show. That show that Mike made his announcement.
Yeah.
And we went to Static. God, that's my favorite. I don't know if you guys saw that, but a lot of people got mad that Mike didn't make his announcement right there.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
But no, we did some cool things that, you know, fishing's so conservative. You know what I mean? Everybody's afraid to be themselves.
Yeah.
And we kind of bucked a lot of that. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and that's the thing too, is it's kind of, it was a no holds. I mean, it was real, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing, that there was.
Don't say was. I mean, you're right.
Jesus Christ, here we go. I mean, golly.
You're right. But
you made me drink my drink 18 times faster than I'm supposed to for saying yens instead of the other word. Anyway, but yeah, y'all kind of come out of that good boy system. Damn it. Damn it. I gotta. Yens have come out of that system, and you've taken away that good old boy system, and you speak your mind, and you say what's there. And I mean, that's the real part of it. And you talk about podcasts. I mean, that's a lot of what what differentiates you and what makes people engaged with you. And that realness makes folks engage with yens.
Yeah. I have a question now, you know, because you guys are so real and everybody loves it, right? Viewers love it, right? But
not everybody.
Not everybody, but people that follow the show should like it, because that's why they follow.
Right, we're not blowing smoke up everybody's ass and pretending to be so.
That's what I'm saying. Do you ever get
positive and fake happy?
Yeah, yeah, and that's obviously why we all love what you guys got going on. But do you ever get, like, do companies or business ever, like, you know, that work with y'all say, hey, that was a little crazy, boys? Like, you guys get that shit or no?
Yeah, of course, dude. Like a lot.
I bet.
Like a lot.
I think I knew that answer, but
Yeah,
I just wanted to
there's
ask.
been a lot of them moments.
I just
You
wanted
know?
to ask. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There's been a few I can't talk about.
Yeah. You don't have to.
But here's the thing. There nobody
End the show
comes
and hurry up, delete that, delete. I hope nobody was watching. Why do you think we don't do after hours anymore?
Oh,
True.
that sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks. But
It does suck.
but here's the thing too. These folks know what they're getting into. It's not like Yens signed them up for something, and then 2 episodes later you're out here acting the fool. You've been acting the fool long before they approached you. These are things that you know. How do they not understand? This is who we are.
We fool. Fool is what fool does. I don't know. I mean, you're right. You're right. Yeah. I don't know. Frank, what do you think?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what I'm thinking right now, dude. I'll be honest with you.
Oh my God, Frankie, what is wrong with you? I've never had you to where I felt like I had to carry you. You always carry my fat ass.
Dude, I'm not like nothing.
Still got
I'm
COVID,
just
Frank?
no. I'm good, dude. I'm good. 100%. I wear no mask at school, baby. Mask optional. We're good. I'm like one of the only 5 teachers walking around without a mask. I'm good. No, I'm just trying to think of questions because I had questions written down, but we talked about so many of them. All right, here's a question. Let's kind of. I want to switch some gears. You know, you're a knowledgeable dude when it comes to fish and lures, and baits and new right. I don't know. You seem like you seem like you're kind of in the know. I don't know, bro.
Go ahead.
All right. So let's talk about this season, man. And I mean, obviously, the tournament season started. There's some new techniques. We've all seen some stuff from iCast last summer. What do you think is going to be? I mean, this is arguable, right, with everybody. Last season, it could have been the swim bait, right? The big swim baits, the glide baits, and the jackhammer, right? Like 2 of the most popular baits last year, mostly talked about, I guess. No doubt about it, the swim bait movement is taking off. There's no doubt.
It's definitely has a second resurgence recently. You know, it had its initial resurgence. It's back in vogue right now. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. Had a conversation with Mike not too long ago, and you know, he kind of ran down the list of like, yeah, there's a lot of techniques out there. There's a lot of different ways to catch them, but year in and year out, there's a handful that consistently are the ones, you know? Yeah. And that's why there's something to, you know, guys like Pete Klusick, Gerald Swindle that have a more simplistic style, you know, and that's not me.
Yeah.
You know, I love to tinker. Love it. I love to tinker. You know, I catch one, and then I find myself rigging something different on. It's like that's what I do. I'm like, what am I doing? You know,
if I caught a 2-pounder, if I do this, I'm going to catch a 6-pounder.
They bit that. Let me see if they bite this. How about that?
Yeah.
You know, like they're eating this color. Let me try that color. Let me try that color. And it's just what I do. A little too much, for sure. So there's something to keeping it simple and keeping a, you know, a handful of techniques and baits and colors, you know.
Yep.
But, you know, it's whatever, man. Sometimes that other stuff is what hits. Like, you know, at the media day, we went into Taku Idu's boat. Oh my God, the shit that he's doing.
What's he doing?
Son, hold on a second. I mean, I don't know if this is going to work, but I mean,
wait, was he the one? Is he the one that had that Senko with that little extra plastic in the middle? Was that his?
Yeah, he looks like Takahiro, but he's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like other Takahiro.
Yeah. That was Nico rigged, right? Or wacky rigged, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well, it was a bong.
Oh, you got a picture of it?
Nico rigged bong, plastic bong.
Yeah.
this it? Hold on. It might be.
So it was
is
green
it
pumpkin.
that? Oh wait, that's not it.
Oh.
That's our group chat photo.
Dude, I was
Jesus.
all up in that, like really
Why
interested.
would you share that?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking
Actually
about.
looked like something.
Jeez. At first, I got excited. Then when I zoomed in, I'm like, "Oh, it's got hair on it." Jeez.
I mean,
Well,
Oh,
while
yeah.
you're looking, you got a real picture this time? Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That was
That's
him.
what y'all posted earlier.
that's one
crazy.
of the techniques.
Okay, so
That's
that's
a
just a
freaking-
fancy. That's just a fancy wacky rig, pretty much, right?
There's a nail weight right there.
Yeah,
The hook is Texas rigged up in there.
yeah. So it's weedless.
My man is throwing that on like 25 to 30 pound fluorocarbon into the heaviest brush piles
Holy shit!
on a spinning rod, finesse as F, and
On a
hammering them
spinning
big
rod,
balls out.
30-pound fluoro.
Braid the fluoro
Oh, okay.
with that worm.
Damn.
Oh my
son.
god!
There's the hook right there.
Yeah. Was that
Who
look a little drop shot hook?
No, that's
No,
an
it
extra
ain't a
wide
little
gap.
drop shot hook.
Is that
I'm colorblind, so I can't see.
Is that colorblind? They're all fucking gray and metal.
Look, don't you pick on colorblindness. That disease is real and it sucks. Fuck you, Frankie. Don't pick on it.
But you do know what a hook looks like, right? Are you shape blind? Whatchamacallit? Who makes that bait though?
Oh, that's the emu rig.
Well, that's a Neko there.
That's a
But, I
Ron.
mean,
that's
just
that's an Aaron Jeremy worm.
that's a Ron Jeremy worm. There you go. Chemo's got it. He's on it.
Who makes that? Who makes that worm again?
That's a great question, Frank.
Oh, you don't know. All right.
I don't remember at this particular moment. There's a video on my phone here where he talks about it.
I'll get Taku on next week and we can all ask him these questions.
There you go.
That'd be great. Because that dude's amazing.
Dude, all those so this is what I wanted to talk about earlier. This is why I black out sometimes because I start thinking of what I want to talk about. Is like,
hold on one second, Frank. See that
it?
little thing, dude?
Yeah.
See the hook? Right behind the hook, he's got a nail weight up and down.
No shit.
See that nail weight?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
There's a nail weight right behind the hook.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a turd with a nail weight in it.
Is that going through the middle of it?
Yes. It's go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Interesting.
I wonder why he does it like that.
Those three things were his top three baits for springtime. And
in the States or in Japan?
This is America, dude. It's America.
Yeah.
You in America, son.
You never know, dude.
Frank.
Lake Biwa, bro. America.
Frank, this is America. But yeah, we did a quick video that will be releasing soon. Just like from his boat.
Yeah. Nice. So what the point I want to try to get to is
yes, that's a good point.
Like you watch kayak angling is huge right now, right? And just fishing's big. Everybody's like, they fish a few trails here and there. They think they're freaking professionals and whatever. And here's like whenever I think of the professional anglers, I always think of the big boat world, right? The elites, whatever else. How hard? Think about Takaitu and everybody else, Marizo. How hard that's gotta be to come from another country, not even knowing the language. That baffles my mind how they've made it.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Frankie, though, that's what Ike did when he hit the scene.
No, I know. Yeah,
from Jersey,
right.
From Jersey in that day and age of fishing, from Jersey to the good old boys of fishing, Ike might as well have been from fucking Antarctica.
But you know what I'm saying?
That's why people today and their children hate Ike is because he's from fucking New Jersey.
Yeah, because he's from the north.
He screams a lot too.
Look, the fun. I bought my first toboggan with a bill on the front of it because of Mike Iaconelli.
Really?
Yeah, because he used to wear that shit all the time.
Right on, man.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, you gotta these guys are coming, like, they don't even know the language, bro. Like, how hard? Like, come on, think about that. Think about being an angler and you go off to friggin' wherever. Let's just say Brazil, Spain. I don't know how to speak Spanish or Brazil. Like,
I don't know how to speak Spain.
I don't even like leaving Connecticut. I would be freaking done. I went to Italy. You think I fit in with a nose and ears like this? They smelled me out. I was the first. I was the first.
Frankie, if you hadn't opened your mouth, you would have been fine. Matter of fact, and I say that because so my family's, my wife's family's from Iran, and her grandma's Iranian, obviously, and goes, you know, I'd love to go to Iran. It's like, oh yeah, as long as Paul didn't talk, nobody would ever know. But yeah, you're right on that, because I think it was Taco or one of them. You know, they spend years here learning the language, going to the lakes to fish. So these guys aren't only practicing and learning the fishing aspect of the world; they're learning the culture and how to talk. Yeah. And that's amazing, and it says a lot about those anglers and their focus and what they do. It's pretty amazing.
Absolutely, dude. Like, you gotta think about it. They're leaving their families behind. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to pursue this dream. And somebody, like, not for nothing, these Japanese anglers, man, some of them are just like the friggin', like, just like, you know, they're super positive. Like, and then when you see that emotion on the stage, I mean, from all the anglers, don't get me wrong. Like, dude, I'll tell you straight up, watching all these anglers go up on the Bassmaster stage and they talk about how much it would mean to them and the journey and the dream. Like, yo, how do you not sit there and not just about shed a tear yourself? Like Hank Cherry's talking and everybody else. I'm like, damn, like, yo, that's the real deal right there. That is the real deal.
All right. So that's the emotion that people talk about, right? So I had some friends talking about, you know, I love Ike as an angler because of how he professes himself. And people are like, well, what if Carter's fishing in the Bassmaster Classic and, you know, not, this isn't a scenario. They're just saying, anyway, and he loses a fish and he breaks a rod, throws that shit in the water. I'm like, you fuck yeah, he better, because if he doesn't, I'm going to be breaking rods in my garage watching my son do it. Like, I grew up playing sports. I've played at a high level of athletics. That emotion, you know, can it take you out of your game? Yes. But a lot of times what it does, that gets your shit out your system. And then the world-class athletes get that shit out and it refocuses them. And so it doesn't, the emotion, everybody wants to talk about somebody acting the fool and stuff like that. And it doesn't matter how you do it. You either do it with calm and collective internal words, or you're throwing shit and breaking shit. It doesn't matter. The great athletes deal with it, how they deal with it and bring it back in. But to your point, Frankie, with the, you know, those Japanese anglers, it is amazing how they come and not only learn how to fish all the different waters here and learn how to get around and learn how to immerse themselves and learn the language. It's damn impressive. But that's what's a big draw to them too.
Yeah, absolutely. But so getting back to bait talk. Darren, what's up, man? This thing's on, bro. Is what do you this year? What do you think the hot bait's going to be? You got to make a prediction. Is it going to be old school? Going to be something new that we haven't even seen yet? Or maybe you saw the classic? I don't know. What's going to be the new, like, yo, this shit is flying off the shelves. Everybody's got to go get it.
By the way, Darren makes some pretty good freaking terminal tackle. Darren, post a link to your shit.
Yeah,
And
post it, Darren.
Net heads. Yeah, biodegradable net heads. They last, like a couple of hook sets, and then they just kind of just wither away and into dust.
Okay. What are they made out of? Sand? The glide? The glide bait? Or the glidey?
Frank, you're freezing up. You're like Walt Disney, bro.
I am?
Yeah. You back? All right.
Wobble Ned? All right. So what's the answer? What do you boys think? This is for both y'all.
Oh, Brian, you go
Jesus
first. This is my
Christ.
podcast.
I don't have anything to drink. Sorry.
What's the bait of the year for you, Brian?
Say it again.
Frankie.
Bait of the year for you.
And he leaves. I'm going spinnerbait. I think the spinnerbait this year catches fish and wins tournaments.
Okay. Bri, what about you? What are you sipping out of? What is that? A Dixie cup?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know. Solo cup.
Bait of the year.
You guys froze up. I missed the last half hour.
Bait of the year. Can you hear that?
Yeah, bait of the year.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you have to predict?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Probably fucking Senko. Senko, jig. I mean, that's what it always is. It's a Senko, jig, chatterbait, spinnerbait. I mean, basically, it's pretty simple. Like to tinker with some other shit. But for the most part, that's the stuff that keeps catching them. Again, like I said earlier, I'm not the guy for that. I'll talk about the behind the scenes shit. But
Well, I got some new baits that y'all got to see on Saturday night.
Use guys, Frank. What the fuck?
What did I say?
See, and since Frankie is the guest co-host and only has lemonade, I guess I got a drink for Frankie.
Thank you. The hell was I just saying? Oh, yes, some new baits that Saturday night. Tune in. Fuse Fishing on Slay Station. Brand new salt plastic company. I think you boys will like their stuff. I think you boys will like this stuff. Brian can fish. Don't let him fool you. Okay, DB.
DB, Darren Brooks.
Yeah, whatever. So tune in Saturday. Some new baits.
So what are we talking about? Let me say it. Whip it out. Put it on.
I don't have any. Well, I got their prototypes, but they all been revised since then. So I can't show you anything now. You can go on Fuse Fishing. They got a few. Their Surge bait is up. They got one of their flukes.
Is it as good as the White Claw Surge?
I don't know. I don't drink White Claw, dude. Get that shit out of my face. I'm gonna start calling you Christine. That's my wife. Jackal Bounty Fish. I haven't seen that one. Okay.
Jackal Bounty Fish. Is that swim bait that's got the little flexies in the tail?
What? Jackal is a swim bait, but I don't know what the bounty fish is. Oh, that's old Dave. That's my boy, old Dave. Dave, elaborate.
Okay. I don't know what that is. Anyway.
Oh, he said, yeah. He said what Brian said. It's a swim bait with a little fin thing that goes swishy swish.
Nice. All right. Bri, who did you meet at the Classic that you haven't met before as far as influencers in the fishing industry? Did you meet anybody for the first time that you haven't met before? YouTuber, professional angler, whoever, business owner? Did I freeze?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You didn't freeze to me.
So I asked, who did you meet anybody that you haven't met before at the Classic as far as fishing influencers, like in the industry? YouTuber, business owner, professional angler, that you were like, hell yeah, this dude is dope. Or this girl is dope, or whoever. Or this kid.
Is this shit on my end? Is my end of fucking
It
up?
must be.
It must be
that
because nobody.
the garage mahal, dude. All those that wood is soaking in the cellular data.
I'm in New Jersey, for fuck's sake. I don't have freaking cell coverage in New Jersey.
I mean,
close.
I'm in North
Jesus
Carolina.
Christ.
Hey, how many fingers do I have up?
Can you see us?
This is ridiculous. I got to
Oh
put
my
up with
God.
the traffic and the taxes, and I don't even get the cell coverage. You're fucking kidding me, man.
The beer's kicking in, folks. Here we go. This is
2022 could suck it.
This is old man BTC coming at you. What else? What else?
Get
sucked?
off my
What else?
lawn. Get off
Jeez.
my
Get off
lawn.
my lawn. Where are these fucking kids? All right. So what was the question?
The question was,
Let
have
me
you
ask
met?
it, Frankie, because
Go
he
ahead.
can't hear your shit. Frankie wants to know: did
Dennis
you meet
Quaid asked the question.
a YouTuber or an influencer or somebody you haven't met before at this classic? Did you meet somebody in that arena?
That I haven't met before?
Yeah.
That
No.
you were like, yo, this person is dope. Like,
No.
I'm glad. Yeah.
No, but I'll tell you this. And it's good. This is a year ago. But when Oliver and I and Ben Milliken came into town a year ago to fish with Mike, both of them really impressed me with the fact that they both really respected Mike and the tournament anglers. Even though Ben does not tournament fish necessarily and makes a very good living in the content creation side, he still has a very deep appreciation. And the same with Oliver. Really appreciated the guys that do get out there and grind on the tournament trail. And you don't always see that with the from that side of the the industry. And so I really appreciated that from them guys. You know, they've got their own thing going on, their own following. They do their deal. They do their deal very good.
Yeah.
And Ben can catch them. You know, Oliver's fishing the opens. You know, he had a better year than showed up on paper. He plays a high risk game, high risk, high reward, and that's a tough one, man. What he's trying to do. You know, and we'll see. I wish him a ton of luck. I'm a fan, and you know, Ben can catch him. Ben's a good fisherman. I fished with him. I fished with him both.
Dude, I remember when Big Bass Streams, when I first was like really getting into that thing, YouTube thing, and the big bait stuff. And I was at the Suffern show in New York, the World Fishing Expo. That's like one of my favorite. That's like the best one up in my area to go to.
Suffern Succotash.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Stuck it. And I remember he had a booth set up. And I remember me and my boy, the Jewish Hammer, we walked straight through. Like, that's my co-director, Dave Sasson, the Jewish Hammer, baby. He's got the Jewish hook. I got the Italian Schnazzaroli. And that's how we roll. Dude, BTC, you come to one of my events, man, in Connecticut, yo. You will have a blast, dude. We have a good time.
Hell yeah.
And whatchamacallit. So I remember seeing a big bat. He had the little monitor up of him fishing, and you know, he was like a shorter in stature kind of guy, and you know, and he was there with two of his boys, and they had like a few of the Roman maids in like a glass case, whatever. And I remembered, I swear to God, I just remember I walked by, I was like, you know, that's when YouTube started. I was like, who the fuck cares? Like, who wants to watch you fish? Like, I thought it was cheesy. I swear to God. And we walked right through. Like, who the hell are we anyway? And we walked right through, paid no attention to it. And then I still look back. I'm like, holy crap, man. Look at this dude. And I can't even hate. You can't even hate on that guy. He is crushing it. And he seems like top notch. And, like I shoot myself. I'm like, damn, I wish I just stopped to just even talk, just to see what it was all about, really, you know. But that was I'm talking, that was like maybe 10 years ago, like 8, 9, 10 years ago.
Dude, he came to Jersey in January to film with Mike.
Yeah.
Drove all the way across the country. Timed it terribly.
It was still iced over, right? Wasn't it still iced over when he got there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. He didn't catch a freaking bass in like 9 days, or like one bass in 9 days. And he was still fucking smiling and so positive and radiating so much positive energy. That was awesome, man, because
9 days. Damn, you keep your guests for weeks, huh? I have a question. Here's a question. I always wondered this. Where do your guests stay? Do they sleep at your house, Mike's house? Does he got a hotel? What do they do? They camp on the farm?
I mean, they could stay here, but what's her face ain't really hip to that. So, I mean, I'd be down with it.
Oh, Jesus. Of course you'd be down. BTC sleepovers.
I mean, I'm an accommodating motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
They can sleep on the boat in the garage.
Look, Brian, that's my wife. If we have a tournament and 35 people show up to stay at our house, my wife's like, where are they going to stay? I'm like, the garage, the backyard. I mean, he said, what's her face?
She don't like surprises.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
I surprised my wife for her birthday twice, and it was the worst 2 birthdays she's ever had.
Ain't this funny? It's got to be in the gene. It's got to be like just built in the anatomy or something. I don't know.
Right,
female anatomy.
Right. I didn't mean to interrupt, but what you said, what's her face? All right, so
yeah. Randy says, "You prick." Oh, that's it. Anyway, where do these guests stay? Because I always wondered that. I'm like, do they sleep over at these guys' houses?
I mean, when Eric was our old intern was at I have a house across the street that I rent out to the college kids.
Oh,
when Eric was there, when Eric was one of them college kids, we would slide one in on the fucking shot out couch. But it's really not an option anymore. Because now it's like, hey, they got a lease and it's the lawyers, whatever.
It sounds like some of them stay at Ike's house. I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Some stay at Mike's house.
The new place.
Yeah. He has accommodations, but that's all according to Becky. Yeah. If they're on Becky's list, they're in. If they ain't, they ain't. That's all that is too. Otherwise, there's a hotel over here and there's a hotel over there. Yeah. I'd love to be more accommodating, but
absolutely. Yeah, I get it. I was just curious about that. I was like, where do these dudes stay?
Yeah, like I said, I'd like to be more accommodating, but I got restrictions. We all got a boss, right?
Yes, we do. Yes,
that or we're 75% poorer than we were with the boss.
True.
That too.
That's true too.
That too. Frankie, how many states we in?
Slay Nation?
Yeah, 100. We in 100?
Oh, I wish.
100 states. Hold up.
No,
how 23. Many states we in? We in 100 states?
Yeah.
Brian, I'm going to say y'all right now because I don't think y'all up in Jersey know how many states are in America.
That's Northeast.
Get yourself
Northeast
a globe,
education.
Bro. Take a globe.
23. We're in 23 right now.
Nice.
Could have been in a few more, but I stopped taking director stuff because it's too late in the game. Yeah, we're too late in the game, meaning for the season. Like I got to concentrate on what we got right now, and then next year, mid-season, I'll start taking new states on for next year, get them onboarded. But yeah, we're at 23 states right now, but some states have multiple series. So we got 34 directors directing a series. So it's
Frank, did you ever just stop and look back at everything going on and say, what the fuck did I do?
There's been moments, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like lately, straight up, like this past week, my phone, because right, we're not like this super big organization where to get to the head honcho, you got to go through X, Y, and Z people to get, it's like I am directly messaging people, members left and right all day. And don't get me wrong, it's all good stuff, but it's like, yo, I'm a teacher. I can't be on my phone like all the friggin' time. So I'm like, it's just messages after messages after messages. It's all good stuff. And it's even like, hey, do you use hog troughs and catch boards? Is this one right? Oh, what kind of life vest do you suggest? Oh, what kind of spinning? Like, I mean, you name it. I get asked it, but there's nights like that where, listen, I'm extremely happy, right? I'm happy and I'm happy to answer questions. But yo, it gets to a point where you don't want to see your phone no more. You just want to throw it.
You could not give me enough money to be a tournament director. Fuck that.
Well, being a tournament director is not that hard. Like, if you're directing your own club, it ain't that hard. It's just,
I want to fish and worry about me and myself.
Yeah, you're selfish bastard.
And get back safely in my fish. I don't want to have to worry about the other 30, 40, 60, 100 people. I want to do that shit. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And when somebody goes, oh, this mouth was open and other, hell no. Y'all keep that shit, because you know what? I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah. No,
I'll be breaking my cheap ass rods over people's faces.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's all right. It's good. It's good. It's not like crazy busy. Like, we're not even at our member count where we want to be yet. That's when things will start getting busier. But but I will say, like, we are getting more companies recognizing us because of our partnership with Bash U, and that's like Brian the Carpenter. Like, thanks to you, man. I was trying to think in 2019 when I came on the Ike show with the tiny boat episode. I don't even know how the hell I got on that show. How did you? I really no. I'm dead serious. I don't remember how the hell we got connected for that. Because we were brand new then. And I was thinking about the other night. I'm like, yo, how the fuck did I get in that show?
But 2019 was when Brian was, isn't that when you started that small boat build? Wasn't it 2019?
Well, yeah, it was. But I don't remember how I got invited on it. Like the connection between Slay Nation and and you. I can't remember. Do you?
Hey, we're back.
Yeah. Oh, he did. I would just talk to dead air for the last 5 minutes. Did you hear any of that?
Yeah. You remember Battlestar Galactica and the Cylons?
No, dude. I'm younger than you, bro. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Arcade game, Galactica.
He left. Look, the only thing he's heard from you for the last 45 minutes was you saying Battlestar Galactica is stupid. That's all he heard.
Jesus Christ. What does he got? You on Verizon?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude.
All right, anyway.
Can you guys
Anyway.
All right, well, look, here's where we're going to go from here. Brian, if you can hear me, nod your head yes. Okay. So we're going to finish this episode like we do with every episode of Bass and Brews. And we got some questions to ask you. It's the only scripted part. They're easy questions. I ask you a question, you answer it. No thinking, no diatribe into why. Oh, Lord, here we go. I think he's going to pee this time.
He can't hear you. He pisses in that live well on the boat. Don't let him fool you. I know he does.
So when he launches it, he opens up the live well and circulates the water out.
That boat is a TV tray, friggin' bathroom.
Oh,
can you hear us?
No. Hold on a second. I'm gonna try going inside because
he's got to take a piss.
All I heard is Brian. Now,
Yeah.
did you tell me why? And then,
So all right. So this is how every Ike Live in the third session ends. Them picking on some Southerner about how they talk or about chewing tobacco. I think it was Pete was talking about going and talking to somebody after a tournament and leaning on their boat. And when he pulled his arm off, there's chewing tobacco stuck to all his arm.
That's gross.
all right. We connected?
Yeah.
Bo, you haven't glitched, as my son says, the whole time. All right, you ready for these shotgun questions? You got to answer them. You ready?
Get at me.
Oh, there we go. I was about to say we got OG Scuba Steve lighting here, but now he turned the lights on, so we good. All right, Bo. Crocs or flip flops?
What? Crocs. Fuck out of here, dude. I'm a man.
Crocs. What'd you say? Crocs or flip flops?
I'm a man, dude. Flip flops like Jesus.
Okay. All right. Pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
I mean, it's not my go-to. I'll eat that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's pizza. But you know. it's not
Yes
my
or
go-to.
no?
Yes or no?
If you're paying, yes or no?
Nah.
All right, there we go. So it's a no. For all you pineapple fucks, Brian Carpenter is a no. All right, you gonna spend more on a rod or a reel?
Spend
As
more
he
on
says,
a
pineapple
or
pizza.
rod or a reel. I mean, if it's spinning, it's definitely the rod.
No straight answers from this guy.
But casting, it could be either or for sure.
That-
Spinning, it's the rod, 100% every time. Casting, it could be either or.
We're gonna dive into this for literally 1 second. That's a good ass fucking point right there that most people haven't. What's that? Chicken?
Carrots.
Oh, you fucking rabbit?
That's why he's so skinny. This dude eats
No, dude, they're like cooks. They're fucking
sauteed.
Yeah.
And butter,
Flambeau.
Olive oil,
Flambeau.
sea salt,
a little parsley drizzled about them.
a little heat your meat.
Like candy.
We'll have to talk about this next time. That he brings up a really good point. He does. He does. Anyway, because if you can't reach a fish with that reel casting it, then the fucking rod ain't worth a shit either. All right. In a 3-hour session, I feel like I really got to get country and talk slow because I feel like you ain't hearing me. In a 3-hour session, you want to catch 5 2-pounders or 1 7-pounder.
That's your question?
Just, yes.
I want to catch a 7 freaking pounder, dude.
Well, believe it or not, motherfuckers come on this show and say 5 2-pounders.
Well, they're idiots. They're freaking idiots. If they got 7-pounders falling off of trees like that, good for them. Guess who don't? Everyone else. They're either blessed or they're stupid as F. Anyone that says they'll take 5 2 freaking who gives a shit pounders over a 7 is a fucking idiot.
You just lit a match, Paul. You just lit a match.
I'm saying, dude, it's a 7.
I agree. I agree. You're from the north.
Listen,
especially
when I caught my first 2-pounder, I was like, that's awesome. Let me catch another one. And then, 150,000 2-pounders later, I'm like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I want a 7.
Hey,
dude, whoever says they want 5 2-pounders,
amen.
Scram.
After 50,000 2-pounders, you start eating those motherfuckers so you can catch something a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Next question.
You fishing wacky rig or Texas rig?
I mean, both, dude. I do what I got to do. You know what I mean? We do what we got to do.
Paul, keep asking.
I feel you. I'll accept that answer because you're eating carrots for the first time ever on Bass and Brews podcast.
You asked me a blanket question like that. I'm like, yeah, they here, they there. I'll do what I do.
Look, you're the most professional angler we've ever had on here. So, I mean, I'm going to take your word on it. I'm
sorry to hear that, buddy. I'll hook you up, dude. I gave some phone numbers.
Get me Mama said. All right, or Ish. Bring Ish on. I think he'd be good. I think
you'll get him.
Oh, yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
You know what? I give everybody his number. Hold on. Everybody listen right now. Write this shit down.
Hold on. Let me get a pen.
Oh, do I need to put it on the whiteboard for all of our 10s and 15s of viewers?
10s of 15s.
Go ahead, buddy. What else you got?
All right, dude. Slow jams or hype music?
Hype.
Rock or rap?
Rock.
Nice. This is the last question, Brian, Mr. Brain, Mr. the Carpenter, Mr. the BTC. Last question, most important. This one, don't fuck up. It could end your producing career. It has ended podcast after they answered this question wrong. As anglers, you know we like our sandwiches. You know what a sandwich is?
No sandwiches.
Right. Top 3 sandwich proteins.
Top 3 sandwich proteins?
Mm-hmm. Don't fucking say carrots.
Pizza, sushi, and ham.
What the fuck? Dude. No, you gotta say, like, what do you want on a sandwich? Like the top 3 proteins you put on a sandwich.
That's the most Jersey. That's the most Jersey answer ever. Pizza is a sandwich. If I put 2 pieces together, it's got pepperoni and salami and cheese and like.
Dude, I mean, come on, dude. You ain't got to worry about like your bread got soggy or your bread got this. No, it's pizza. You open up the Ziploc and you eat the shit. And
Those got a point.
It's just as good as it was the night before.
Those got a point. Those got a point.
Sushi is a stretch.
Yeah.
But it's really good. You know, if
it's cold.
If it's within 24 hours, you kind of all right.
Yeah.
And
shrimp tempura.
Yeah. No, I can't.
So, yeah, ham's a good answer. I love it. All right, look. Here. Brian, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. You spent 2 hours and 2 minutes here with us tonight. Frankie didn't have anything to drink. He's got to go teach a bunch of little hoodlum rascals tomorrow.
Oh.
He was here. We had a great time. Thank you to everybody. Randy Shomo said it's a calzone. So a pizza sandwich is a calzone.
A pizza sandwich is a panzerotti.
Oh Lord, spell it.
No. Hold on. This is important.
All right.
This is freaking important. A pizza turnover is a panzerotti. Frankie, back me up or expose yourself as being a fraud.
I have never heard that.
What?
Dead serious.
A panzerotti is a pizza turnover. So it's the same ingredients. It's mozzarella and tomato sauce.
Oh.
A calzone is mozzarella and ragut.
Yes. And
Who's
you pronounced it
on a pizza? No one. Therefore, I'm correct. Randy, you're welcome. Now listen, I freaking love a calzone. That's my go-to.
Ooh.
I get a calzone with ham in it.
Ooh.
Sauce on the side.
Oh yeah.
Fried.
Oh yeah.
Take that
oh yeah. My dad makes a mean calzone. I'll tell you that right now.
What?
Frankie
Really?
the Brush can make a mean calzone, dude.
Oh shit.
Frankie the Brush?
Yo, yeah, my dad.
He
Dude,
fried?
my dad. Dude, yeah. He bakes, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Big
Oh,
sweet.
he makes a mean cat. Dude, my dad is the man, bro. My dad was good best friends with, or is best friends with Bruno Mars's dad, Pete Hernandez, man. They used to play in the band together, dog.
What?
Oh,
Like that?
yeah.
Oh,
They both
my
played the drums?
my dad was Bruno Mars's dad's best man in his wedding, dude.
And they
so
both played the drums.
No, I don't know what
Yes,
Pete. I don't know what he played. I don't know what he
They played
plays.
the drums together.
so on Bass and Brews
dad
Live
can do it.
right now, what Frankie Provolone is telling all of our 14 listeners right now,
14?
Frankie Provolone is getting Bruno Mars on Bass and Brews.
Please, bro. Please. I
Can't even
wish.
get his dad.
I can't even get backstage tickets, dude.
All right. Hey, look, y'all guys, we're gonna end this here shortly. Hang on for the post show that's not recorded, where we actually have a good time. To all the listeners, everybody that came on live, thank you so much for coming on. Go to Facebook, go to YouTube, all that shit. Leave us a like. If you don't leave us a like, leave us a 1-star. Go fuck yourselves. And and thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, find Brian the Carpenter on the Instagram.
If you got any questions, don't DM me. Okay? Just don't fucking do it.
Just blame it on your cell
Listen,
service, dude.
No offense, man. I love all you guys.
Blame it on your cell
service. It broke up. Your message broke up. I don't know.
Seriously, I love all you guys, but I'm at my max, man. I'm nobody special. I got more on my plate than I can handle, so leave me the fuck alone.
That's right.
That's right. This man is eating. This man's eating quasi-cooked vegetables right now. Anyway, thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate it. Bass and Brews loves y'all. We done. We gone. I'm gonna keep kind of talking like this until I find the shit that I need to make it gone. So here we go.